Hello there, my friends, and welcome back to Flying Dirty. We have a lot of great topics to cover, so this video may take a little longer than the normal video. So if you're here because you want to become a pilot, an aircraft owner, a business owner, or you just like watching aviation videos, then this channel is for you. Now, this video is the first of a series of videos from Denver to Florida to visit my parents and to visit a print shop in Augusta, Georgia. But, you know, I cannot visit my parents without making a special burrito delivery from my restaurant. On this video, I'll be talking about business marketing topics that may help you, including some of the businesses that I run. Also, the first step that I took to become financially independent. We'll also be talking about new equipment that I purchased for my printing and marketing side of the business. And to top it all out, I had to make an instrument approach at Tulsa Airport. So we have a lot to cover, so come on board and buckle up. Welcome to Flying Dirty. I'm Raul, private pilot and entrepreneur based out of Centennial, Colorado. Come on board with me, my family and friends on our flight adventures across the nation.
Good morning, Centennial clearance, Cherokee 3620 Whiskey at the North Run-Up area with Papa. And, we'd like to pick up IFR to Tango Uniform Lima, please.
Cherokee 3620 Whiskey, Centennial clearance good to Tulsa Airport, planes 1 departure, Goodwin transition direct, maintain 8,000, Denver departure frequency 132.75, squawk 1413.
Cherokee 3620 Whiskey is cleared to Tango Uniform Lima via the planes 1 departure with a Goodland transition and then direct, maintain 8,000, 132.75 and 1413 on this squawk.
Cherokee 20 Whiskey, read back correct. Remind ground your IFR when you're taxiing.
20 Whiskey will remind.
Welcome to Flying Dirty. So today we have a pretty cool set of flights. First we're going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Then we'll be going to Meridian, Mississippi. We'll be spending a night at Meridian, and we'll continue on the next day to Palm Coast, Florida. So we got our clearance, and now we're going to taxi.
Turning around fast track 42 with information.
And we're going to get ready for our departure.
Full stack taxi backs. Runner required.
What was the fast track call sign? Unable right now, the pattern's full.
Roger, fast track 42, never mind then.
And ground, Cherokee 3620 Whiskey at the North Run-Up area with information Papa, IFR 2 Tango Uniform Lima, ready to taxi.
Cherokee 3620 Whiskey, runway 17 left, follow the Falcon coming up on your left, taxi Alpha.
17 left, we'll follow Falcon via Alpha 3620 Whiskey.
So here it is, the pattern is full as you heard. Again, it's Centennial, and this airport always remains really busy.
We just had one quit if you want to do full stop taxi back. I know you still have to do a run-up.
Follow Cherokee, fast track 833.
Fast track 833, monitor tower.
All right, you guys are buckled?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Get ready for departure.
20 Whiskey, monitor tower.
20 Whiskey to tower, thanks sir, have a great one.
About 2 by 5. Sir, took a 3620 Whiskey, Centennial Tower, caution jet blast from the parking Falcon, runway 17 left, line up and wait.
17 left, line up and wait, 3620 Whiskey. I got my finger here ready on the heading because we're going to get a heading here when we take off.
Took a 3620 Whiskey, flight runway heading 1140, runway 17 left, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading 17 left and clear for takeoff, 3620 Whiskey.
360 Whiskey, contact number departure, good day.
Denver departure, have a great day, 3620 Whiskey. And Denver departure, good morning. Sir, target 3620 Whiskey with you. Runway heading and 6,400.
Number 3620 Whiskey, Denver departure, radar contact.
Denver approach, 60 Victor Alpha, please.
And we're at 7,500 feet,
Proceed direct
climbing to 9,000, but the density altitude is showing 10,000 feet. This is why you have to be careful when you're taking off from a high altitude airport, because this airplane is giving you a performance like it's at 10,000 feet. Right now we're pretty loaded. We are at 3,000 pounds.
Sir, target 20 Whiskey, turn left, direct X-band, join the Goodland transition.
Direct X-band and join the Goodland transition, 3620 Whiskey. And at this point, we'll go ahead and turn on the autopilot. All right, so here we are, cruising right along. We've got 3 hours and 10 minutes to get to Tulsa.
Roger.
Now, I was looking at the weather in Tulsa.
You're getting about the same ride, just
And
34,
let's check the radar here.
69.
I haven't had any complaints so far. That was the first one. So,
And what I am concerned about
any reports to give you?
Okay, no
is
problem. We'll
these
just be
lines
quiet
of
and hope it
storms
gets better.
here.
You want something, try something different, let me know.
So,
Remember 3620 Whiskey, contact number center 132.7. Good day.
132.7. Have a great day, 3620 Whiskey. Good morning, Denver Center, Cherokee 3620 Whiskey, 9,000.
3620 Whiskey, Denver Center, good morning, Goodland, altimeter 29904.
29904, 3620 Whiskey. All right, so here we are. So what I'm afraid is these storms here, because we plan on continuing on to Meridian, Mississippi, which is going to be around right here. So Meridian, Mississippi is where we're going. Now the problem is that if these clouds remain in our way, we may have to deviate. So what I'm thinking is perhaps we could just go straight on to Tennessee and then down through Georgia. That's one option. The other option is if those clouds do not dissipate, then we could, instead of spending a night in Meridian, we just spend a night in Tulsa. That's what we have to do. That's part of general aviation flying. So today, the reason for this flight, let's say part of the reason is we're making a breakfast burrito delivery from our restaurant. And as you can see, we have our restaurant gear.
Engine 41, maintain under both.
We have our restaurant gear on. We sell these shirts at the restaurant. And now, here's the cool thing. I got an embroidery machine because I have a printing shop. And on the printing shop is where we do our marketing for the restaurant and everything else. Sometimes we do jobs on the side for other folks. But what we are doing is, right now, we are actually, we're working on a website so that you can customize your own orders. For example, you can have t-shirts customized, you can have hats customized, pretty much whatever you want as far as apparel. You can customize it the way you want to customize it with your own design. Stand by for that, because right now it's a working process with the website. It's almost ready. So again, if you're in the Denver area, around Centennial, we're about maybe 5 miles from Centennial, not too far away. So come and get that $100 breakfast burrito if you ever stop around Centennial, if you're in the area. So I'm also considering expanding the business, the printing part of the business, because I'm getting quite a bit of jobs that people want me to do for them. As a matter of fact, when I land in Florida, perhaps maybe tomorrow, I'll call a guy who wants me to do a graphic job in Dallas. Sometimes I do those type of jobs if they're worth the time and the money. So I don't mind flying to a destination to do a graphic job. So the other thing is, I just bought an embroidery machine, and this is how we did these hats. So I bought the machine because we have Flying Dirty hats that I print and I sell on the website.
And many of you have been asking me if I have them in black. The problem is that you can't really print them in black unless you put a decal on it, but I didn't really like doing that. But now we have an embroidery machine, and I just made my first hat on the embroidery machine. But it's coming along. We're now starting to print our hats, and this one actually came out really, really good. I just made these hats for our employees at the restaurant, and I'm also going to sell them at the restaurant as well. So at the restaurant, we sell souvenirs, like we sell these shirts, and we sell these hats, we sell coffee mugs, and a couple of other things that we sell at the restaurant. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, we get a little bit of more revenue coming into the store, and then number two, it actually works for marketing as well. So if people are out there wearing these shirts and they see them, I'm pretty sure someone else is going to ask them, hey, where did you get that shirt from? Where is that restaurant at? And it gives us more exposure. So that's the power of marketing. You have to be creative. And again, we do our own printing. We have our own printing shop. So I do my own vehicle graphics. I do vehicle wraps for my trucks that I have parked in front of the restaurant, and that's really the only marketing I need as far as advertising, because it draws in a lot of people. So I'm pretty excited for that. So when I get back from this trip, we're gonna be out first. We're gonna go to Florida, and we're gonna visit a print shop in Augusta, Georgia, on our way back. And his name is Heart and Hustle. You can look him up on the website. And I watch his videos a lot. So this is how I learn, is I watch other YouTube videos. And I watch him, and I also like watching Sean from SE Shirts and Hoodies. So shouts out to both of you guys. I appreciate what you guys do. Before I bought my printing machine, as far as my DTG printer, I was actually watching a lot of videos from Sean from SE Shirts and Hoodies. And come to find out, he lived in Denver, so we hooked up. He came to the restaurant, we talked, and we hit it off really good. He's a great guy. He's willing to help you out as much as he possibly can, because he stays pretty busy. But every time I needed something, he helped me out. And in fact, he's the one that talked me into getting the embroidery machine. And not only the embroidery machine, but instead of a single head, he taught me into getting the dual head. Because he said when he got the single head, he outgrew the single head fairly quickly. So I'm pretty excited about that, about adding an embroidery machine to our printing shop. And then I'm also thinking about opening a YouTube channel for my printing side of it, and also for financing aspects. So I might get 2 channels here shortly, because the financing channel will be mainly because I like to help other people. And a lot of people, when they see me flying an airplane and having a restaurant and all this and that, they ask me, how do you do it, Raul? I mean, how do you get this done? How can you afford all of this? And the answer to that is, it took a lot of discipline. And what I mean by that is, so I was always broke. I was working at an alarm security company a few years back in Jacksonville. I started in Jacksonville as a technician. And then from Jacksonville, I transferred to Dallas as the manager, and then from Dallas to Denver running the small business department. So I learned a lot running the alarm and CCTV security aspect of the business. So that was pretty cool for me, but at the same time, I was also going to school, getting a bachelor's degree in business management. But nevertheless, I was always broke, financially struggling. Even though I was making pretty good money, I just couldn't keep money. And I think that's the problem that a lot of us have, is that we're so anxious to spend money before we even receive money. In other words, we use debt and we use credit cards and things like that to purchase things we want. Realistically speaking, when you don't have the money, you don't have the means. And so then what happens is you start putting things in debt, and all of a sudden, you find yourself struggling to pay the bills. So you have to pay your mortgage, you have to pay your vehicle, you have to pay all other types of expenses. But then if you add credit card to the mix, because you want all these material possessions, then you know what? Then it's going to be very tough for you to move ahead. and have assets as opposed to debt and liabilities.
6196 golf.
So a few years ago, I worked on a plan that a discipline plan, I guess, that I wanted to save $20,000 in a year, and I thought that was impossible.
6 Golf, Roger,
But I did it anyway, and I started doing it.
1200, have a good day.
And you know, it's funny because I didn't have a dime in the bank. And about 3 months later, when I started that plan, then all of a sudden, I saw my bank accounts growing. So then, initially, I'm not going to lie, it was very tough because I'm going to tell you something. Spending money is an addiction. I think it's an addiction. And the problem with that is that I was going through withdrawals, okay? Every time I went to the store and I wanted something, it was very tough for me because I wanted it so bad. But then I had to really learn how to control my spending habits. Slowly but surely, I would say after 6 months, that was the curve. That was when I hit the curve of discipline. That's when I started really wanting not to spend money anymore. I actually got into the habit now of saving money. And that's when everything changed for me. So then it became really easy for me to save money at that point. And a year later, I did my goal. I did $20,000. I saved $20,000. This was back maybe 15, 20 years ago. I don't remember too well, but I will tell you, ever since then, I've never been upside down. I've always, since that point on, I've always had assets as opposed to liability. And then slowly but surely, I started growing my portfolio, and I started, saving more and accumulating more to the point that now it wasn't such a burden for me to start something. And here it is. This autopilot is pretty cool because it's taking us to our destination. As you can see, it's turning. It's turning because of this right here. So it's turning us now direct to Tulsa. You can see it here better. But it's pretty cool.
I also love sleeping in the plane.
Yes, Isabel, as soon as she gets in the airplane, I would say 5 minutes later, she's knocked out. So there you have it. So I'm thinking about opening a finance channel so that I can help you guys out and guide you guys through how to manage your money, because I know whenever we grow up and we go to school, they don't really teach you how to manage your money. They teach you how to spend money. So you spend money, go in debt, get a job, but they don't teach you how to manage your money. You can do a lot with a little bit. So in other words, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep. And invest also. You have to invest your money, because if you don't invest the money and you just have your money sitting in the bank, then basically it's just sitting there and you're losing value, because the dollar, especially nowadays, because they're printing so much money nowadays, the value of the dollar is decreasing, and then that's why it seems that everything is going up. So it's not, in a way, it's not that everything is going up in price, it's that the value of the dollar is going down. So the effect of that is that everything becomes more expensive. You have to put up more dollars for that same piece of material, whatever, for that same piece of meat or whatever it is that you're trying to buy. So anyway, that's why I want to open a finance channel to help you guys out and hopefully make your dreams come true, make your dreams more a reality. I know that it's pretty scary to go out there and do your own business and things of that nature because of security, but I will be honest with you, I feel more secure now doing my businesses than I ever did, because first of all, no one can fire me now. I am the victim of my own success or my own failures. And if I do mistakes, then basically you correct them and move on. That's it. But I'll tell you, having a business is the best thing ever. It's the best thing that ever happened to me, because we have more freedom. We have more control of what we want to do, more control of our destiny. So anyway, I want to help you guys out. And then the other thing is that on the printing business of it, I just love printing. I just love making these shirts. I love, if we look on our website, www.flyingdirty.com, we have a lot of merchandise and a lot of shirts that I make. So that's why I'm visiting Heart and Hustle, so that I can see what he's doing, and I can see, how his how he runs his shop, to see if it's something that I really want to get into more deeply. I know that I love doing it, so So we'll see how it goes. So stay tuned for that, because if I do put those channels out, then I'll let you guys know, and I'll put links so that if you're interested in printing, or if you're interested in finance, then you can check those channels out as well. So a lot of these videos that I make also have a lot to do with owning your aircraft. So I'm very glad that I'm touching a lot of lives, because a lot of you are commenting back and telling me that you love watching the videos and that I motivate you, and that's my intent, is to motivate you. And let me tell you something, there are a lot of people out there, a lot of YouTubers that I watch, and they motivate me as well. So I know the exact feeling, because one of the ones I really like is SoCal Flying Monkey. I like watching Steve-O. I like watching Premier One. I like watching Aviation 101. And if I didn't mention some of you guys that are really popular, I like watching a lot of you. So thank you guys for doing what you do. It takes a lot to put these videos together. So any support that you can give the channel is great. Subscribe, and views are highly important. And also, if you like what you see and if you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up, because that's how I know that I'm doing something worth my time. I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of YouTubers who start YouTube channels and they end up not really following through. I know quite a few of them that I started watching, and then all of a sudden they don't publish videos anymore. And the reason for that is because, again, it is very time consuming. So guys, show me the love, show me the support, because if this channel continues to grow, I'll continue to stick with it. But if I don't see the growth in this channel, I know a lot of people tell me they love the channel, but aviation is a small niche group of folks out there, and we need as much support as possible. My whole forte, my whole goal is to get general aviation flowing. I want to promote general aviation, because this is really fun and exciting whenever you get to fly from point A to point B. So here we are, we decided to just go to Florida. Now, I've been planning this trip for quite a while now, and I postponed it. Yesterday I postponed it because we were supposed to be flying out yesterday, but I didn't have the weather checked, and I didn't have a lot of things ready, and it was already going on like 10:30 at night. And I just said, you know what, scrap it. I'm not going to bother with it, because I don't want to wake up, in the morning, the next morning, and be tired and fatigued. So I knew that I wanted to check that weather, and this is going to, for these long cross-country flights, there are a lot of details that you have to check, and you got to get that briefing and study it very well. Let's look at the weather here in Tulsa. So right now it's showing marginal. So it is an improvement. Ceiling's 1,000 feet. This is perfect weather for doing an instrument approach. And if you saw my last video, I just did my instrument proficiency. It wasn't really currency, even though it will count as part of your currency to extend my time, but it was more for proficiency. I just wanted to practice, because I knew I was going to do this long cross-country trip, and I knew that when you're traveling to the southeast, there's a lot of humidity and moisture in the air, and oftentimes you can land or take off in foggy conditions, or cloudy conditions, or IFR conditions. Let's just say.
Switch fuel tank.
So that's why I just postponed the flight, and I left it for today, and it was more relaxing, because then yesterday I had all day to really do my stuff and check the weather out. Let's change the time here, and let's change our tanks. And she's over there coloring. Oh, that's pretty cool. That is pretty awesome, baby.
It's a mess-free marker and stamps.
Here, let's get the camera and show the folks what she's doing, son. So Javier is my camera guy.
Hello.
Just hit record when you're ready, son.
All right.
So there you have it. All right, we're gonna turn the cameras off and to conserve some battery because we still have a long day ahead of us. So we'll check back in with you guys later, just before our landing in Tulsa, so we can get. Hopefully, we'll get another.
338 contact.
Hopefully, we'll get another instrument approach. All right, so welcome back, guys, and now we have to make some decisions. We've got a line of thunderstorms. Let's get the iPad out of here.
98-1, cleared direct line of VOR.
Let's first look for traffic to make sure we're all clear. All right, it looks clear. All right, so here's what we got. So we've got this line of storms going through here, and the thing is that...
98-1, if you have a minute, can you check...
Let's open up our flight plan to Meridian. There we go.
Golf Alpha contact.
So here's our flight plan to Meridian. Okay. So here's the problem, and on the iPad, it's not really showing the whole line of storms. We're going to be going through Fort Smith. Then we're going to be going through 7 Mike 6, which is that airport right there. Okay. But then we have to go right through this area of storms. And that's what I'm not liking. There's not even a break or anything like that. So I'm not really liking that. So we have a couple of options. Option number one is we could stay in Tulsa overnight. But quite frankly, I don't really want to do that. That's about a 7-hour flight for tomorrow. I really don't want to do that. I mean, we could.
Go ahead.
If we have to, but I prefer not to do that. I prefer to stay a bit closer if I possibly can. But the problem is that if you look at this radar, it curves also up to the north. I mean, if I could just go straight due east, all the way probably to even here just to Tennessee, even just above Alabama, then I would do that. But we have this hook here, and this hook is basically blocking me as well. So we could continue going on. Maybe when we stop in Tulsa, we can see about another airport in the area, closer, like in Arkansas, right to the border of Arkansas. Now, there is a chance that when we get to Tulsa, the storms may dissipate somewhat, or maybe something will open up where we can fly through it. But that's not really looking like the case because, again, these storms have been there all day long. They're really just staying in the same place. They're not really moving fast. So, so we have to really start thinking and analyzing what we want to do. But this is what you deal with in aviation, in general aviation, that is. But you don't want to go through thunderstorms, especially those red and orange cells. You want to stay away from that. Even yellow cells, for that matter, are pretty dangerous. So we'll keep you posted. We have to keep a good eye on that. Now, the other thing we could do is there is a break here, and that break has really been there all day long. So there is a chance that we could go south and then go right through here and penetrate that. That would be an option as well. If we decide to do that, then we're going to have to pick a backup place just before these storms that we can land, just in case we can't make it through. Like maybe here's an airport here. Let's touch this and see what this airport is. It's showing Cox Field. So that is Cox Field. So there's a possibility we could fly there, and if we can't squeeze through, like let's say that if we're flying and all of a sudden this gap closes up on us, then we can land at Cox Field, and then at that point we really don't have a choice. We'll have to spend the night. So we do have a few options. I'm not really liking the options, but that's what we have. What is an absolute no-go for me is trying to go through those storms. We'll probably be underneath the clouds, but that's not the problem. The problem is that it gets very turbulent underneath those clouds, and you don't want to be near those thunderstorms. So there it is. There you have it. So we may not be able to fly through there. So we'll have to see what we're gonna do. So anyway, guys, we'll keep you guys posted. when we land at Tulsa, and we'll start making a decision on how we're going to proceed. So we're getting ready for our landing. They're giving us vectors now. We're going to be taking the vectors to 18 left. So right now, there is a layer down below, and I think the camera down there, yep, we have 6 cameras showing. So, 090, 3620 whiskey. So that's the thing is, even though I'm talking, one thing you're going to notice about pilots is even though I'm talking, I heard what the guy said. So being a pilot, you learn how to multitask. It's incredible how you learn how to do that, and you learn how to listen to frequencies. So you disregard any communication that does not pertain to you. So here we are making our approach. Now we do have there is a chance we may be able to log this one in as IFR. Okay, our minimums are already set. I've already preset it. I've already viewed this plate while I was cruising here. So our minimums are set to 910. And the missed approach is going to be on the climb out. We're going to go to 3,500 and direct to ICC and hold. So we already have the plate previewed. Let's just focus here on our landing. We're approaching 6,000 feet. So let's go ahead and load the procedure here. So I got my little remote gizmo here. Okay, we are at 6,200 for 6,000. We're approaching the layer. So let's go ahead and do procedures, and let's go down to RNAV 18 left. Let's confirm 18 left, that is correct. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna choose vectors. Okay. There we go. Perfect.
Departure Southwest 4743 is we passing 2,200 for 15,000.
Okay, so we have the RNAV set up and preloaded.
Direct PJ, Southwest 4743.
When I do these videos and I have the cameras rolling, I really don't have to do anything. So I know that there's a lot of people out there that are not familiar with flying or anything like that. There's really nothing to filming a flight. You just turn the cameras on and you let them record. You don't really do anything.
30, climb and maintain 4,000.
It's gonna get a little bumpy inside these clouds, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead. Since we're at a lower altitude, let's enrich in our
40, reaching
mixture.
5,000, clear direct Wichita.
Reaching 5,000 direct for Wichita.
Okay, we got the mixture as required. We got the prop as required for right now. Carb heat is good. We don't need that for right now. Fuel tank, let's go ahead and switch it. Let's go ahead and put it on the fullest tank. And our fuel pressure is showing 5 PSI.
American 2922, turn right heading 015, vector 2 final.
015 for American 2922.
He's going to give us a turn here shortly.
November 20 Whiskey, 4 miles from Iruhu, turn right heading 150, maintain 2,500 till steps on the final approach fix, correction final approach course, cleared RNAV runway 18 left approach. November 20 Whiskey, contact tower 121.2.
121.2, 3620 Whiskey.
1-3 uniform, turn left heading 200, intercept the localizer.
Left 200, intercept localizer, 13 uniform.
Good afternoon, Tulsa Tower, Cherokee 3620 Whiskey on the RNAV 18 left.
Number 3620 Whiskey, Tulsa Tower, runway 18 left, cleared to land, safe parking.
18 left, clear to land. We're going to Tulsa Air.
Roger.
All right, let's go ahead and do flaps 25 degrees.
Approaching minimums.
We're approaching minimums.
500.
500. All right, let's go ahead and do full prop now. And short final, let's go ahead and do full flaps. One 8 left is confirmed. Speed is looking good.
November 20 Whiskey, turn right at Charlie, contact ground point 9 or 1 off.
Riding Charlie and ground went off, 3620 Whiskey.
Thanks for coming on board with me on this journey, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Communicate with me, leave a comment, let me know which part of the video best resonated with you. Also, let me know what topics you would like for me to cover on future videos. Remember, I'm here for you. Also, if you're thinking about getting into a printing or a restaurant business, let me know. Thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, and have a great day, my friends.